Hey, sweet people, it's cake making day. The cake that I'm going to make today can be, excuse me, any flavor. It's in your third cookbook. The one that I did, it was the third cookbook. It's Live Each Little Moment, y'all. And what a great title that is. And here's my sweet family for those of you who haven't seen it. And I had my finger on the page and now I've lost it. Let me find it again. It's $2.39. And the reason I opened this is because this is an unusual cake. It's something you're going to need during this holiday season. October starts folks traveling and they're coming every which way. It's on page 229 rather. Or was it 39? Oh my goodness gracious. Let me look on page 239. Here it is. Here it is. All right. Now, the cake that you see right here, there is the recipe. But here is the thing. This is called, now listen to this because it's important, the Big Any Flavor Cake. The Big Any Flavor Cake. Now what this means is this. This makes a huge cake, okay? You start off with one bag of cake mix. And it can be any flavor. It could be the strawberry. I got just plain old yellow because I'm going to do something different with mine. I got the yellow one. You could get a strawberry one. You could get German chocolate. You could get lemon. You could get spice. Whatever kind of cake mix you want to get, it does not matter. Okay? And when this cake is going to be so big because we're going to add things to it that you can make a huge 3-layer cake. Like reason your pans are doing it. Or you could make cupcakes, and let me see how many. It's a lot. You know, it's a ton of cupcakes you can make with this. Or you could do yours in a sheet pan. I'm doing a sheet cake today, and it will be big. So if you've got a crowd coming during the holiday seasons of, you know, around fall time and you have lots of family reunions and that kind of thing, then you're going to need this cake. So on page 239, if you want to go to page 239 and watch with me as I fix it, there's Anna down there. Y'all, each cookbook that I did has over 106 recipes in each one. And every single one of them, it doesn't matter which thing you want to do, is going to have a picture of it. You're not going to have to guess at what the thing looks like because it's going to tell you. It's going to show you. All right, let's get started. Okay, to start out, we're just going to put our cake mix in here. And I got just a basic yellow cake mix because I'm going to make a pineapple cake. I didn't want a strawberry cake. I wanted the real good pineapple cake. But I want it big because I've got a crowd coming in, okay? So I've got my cake mix in there. And to that, we're going to add our dry ingredients. Oh, and by the way, this is important. Do not go by the recipe on the cake mix box. So you better be if you don't have my cookbook to turn to page 239, then you need to get a pencil and a piece of paper and write the thing down because you're going to love it. All right, so I've got a cake mix in here and I threw the box away because I don't need it. I don't need it. All right, the next thing you put in is you're going to put in 1/2 cup of sugar. We're doing our dry ingredients together. The next thing you're going to put in, now this is important, we're going to put in a whole cup of White Lily self-rising. We're not putting all that other stuff. We're going to use self-rising flour. 1 cup. Put it in there. All right, now take you a fork or a whisk or something and mix all that up real good so that the cake mix gets mixed up with the sugar and the other stuff. Okay, set this aside now. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. This makes a ton of cupcakes if you're going to some kind of little fall festival, or maybe you're going to a big eat where a lot of folks are going to be there. And here's the pan that I've done. I'm going to make mine in this. I got out a real big casserole thing. That's what I'm making mine in. All right. So next we're going to mix our wet ingredients together. All right. You're going to put in 1 cup of water. 1 cup of buttermilk into the water. Will y'all give me a second to get out of a good spoon? There we go. One teaspoon of vanilla. Well, is that what I dropped a while ago? Why, yes. That is what I dropped a while ago. Okay, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Set that aside. Now we're going to put some oil in there. And we are going to put, I think this is, let me see. I forgot. 3/4 cup. 3/4 cup of oil. And this is a good way to do it. Just get out your biggest measured cup and put your, all right, there we go. Now we're going to do 4 eggs. I'll just do them in this thing. 4 large eggs if you've got them. All right, I'm going to beat these up just a little bit before I put them in with the rest of that liquid. Y'all, you can make strawberry, coconut, chocolate, just whatever you want to make. And if you're making some little fall festival type cupcakes, this is going to make a lot. Probably over 24 cupcakes. By the time you get your icing on it, you don't need to fill them too full. Now, your teenagers should be able to do this. Tell them to measure out all their stuff first and get in the kitchen and make it. Give them a job, y'all. Give them a job. They stay on their phones too much. They need to be doing something besides looking at all that stuff on there. They just stay on it all the time. All right, now then, we're going to get our dry ingredients, and we're going to mix them with some wet ingredients. And then we're going to put it in our pan, and I've got my oven set on 350 degrees. I've got to call the that mixer that I had, you know, I told you it wouldn't go on high. And so, what kind of mixer is that? I can't even think. Anyway, I got to see about that. Can y'all see? There, how's that? This makes a lot of batter. If you want a light, tender cake mix, then just mix it and quit mixing. If you want a firmer cake that cuts pretty, or a firmer one for a cupcake, then mix it a little longer. That has a lot to do with the texture of your cake. Okay, I think that's good enough. What do y'all think? All right, let's get our cake pan here. I'm going to serve this cake literally out of this pan. All right, so y'all aren't going to believe the icing I'm going to put on it. It's going to be so good, y'all. You're going to love it. So, this is called the Big Any Flavor Cake. So if you need to bake some strawberry cupcakes and some chocolate cupcakes, and you do this recipe twice, you're going to have close to 50 cupcakes. If you want to give that out for the children at the fall festival. Okay. I'll set that aside, and we're going to put this on a 350-degree oven. And let me get my cookbook out here. Here it is. My kitchen is a wreck. I'm not going to show y'all the rest of it. It's in bad shape. I fixed to clean it up. All right, so you're going to cook this from 25 to 30 minutes in that kind of thing right there. But I will say this. Stick you a toothpick in it or a broom straw. They used to do that. Or something. And test it before you take it out, okay? Okay, it's... all right, 30 minutes, all right? I'm going to say 30 minutes. All right, so that's all you do. But if you've got this cookbook, now this will be a good one to do if you've got a crowd coming, or maybe you just want to make something that needs to last all week. Maybe you want to do it for a groom's cake. Do that the layered one, and have it real tall. It makes it twice big. You'll have a huge cake. So that's what it is. The Big Any Flavor Cake. We'll take it out in 30 minutes and we will see. Down here at the bottom where it says Kitchen Wisdom, it says this. In 8-inch round cake pans, bake for 30 to 35 minutes. In a 13 by 9, do it 35 to 40 minutes. Okay, I'll do it 40. And then for cupcakes, about 18 to 20 minutes. Serve, since every oven is different, it's hard to know the exact baking time. So prick it with a wooden straw and test it before you take it out. I bet you're already thinking of some different cakes you can make. Today we're making pineapple, and I'll show you how to do it as soon as I take the cake out. So I'll be back in about 40 minutes. Okay, our cake is done. We're ready to do some special stuff to it. I cooked it, let's see, 15, 30, 35. I cooked it 40 minutes. That's how long I took it. All right, while it is still warm, I just took it out. It's warm right now. While it is warm, you poke holes all in it with a fork or something, just something. I'm gonna use this big old fork like this and just poke holes in it. While it is warm. Okay, then take your can of pineapple, and this is a regular size. It's probably 20 ounces. Let's see what it is. I can't see with the glasses on. It's 20 ounces. And you're going to pour this pineapple juice and the pineapple all over this cake. And the reason you got holes in it is so it'll go down there in it. Juice and all. This is a real moist cake. And then we're going to put an icing on top of this. I bought 2 cans of this pineapple just in case. Y'all give me a minute. Let me see if I can get this can off of here. I mean this lid. Well, oh my goodness. Hold on a minute. Let me get out the can opener, see if that'll work. If you can't do it one way, we'll do it another, won't we? Now let's see if we can get it off. I know what y'all are saying. You're saying, bless Brenda's heart. She's trying so hard to get that can up. That thing up. That isn't working. Let me go around again, see if that'll work. I should have done this before y'all, before I started videoing, and that way you wouldn't have to see all this extra work I'm having to do. They think they're making something good when they're actually not. I'm gonna cut my hand off. There. Now let me see if I've got any metal down there in it. We don't want anybody getting that. I don't see any. Okay, let's pour it on our cake. I'll pour the juice out first. All over it. This is your crushed pineapple. It's not your tidbits now. It is the crushed pineapple. And just kind of do like this all over it. And it's going to drain all down there in that cake. So put the whole can on it. I bought 2 in case I needed it, but I don't think I'm going to need it. I'll save it for something else. We're going to make this really good icing. It's a cream cheese type icing. Spread your pineapple out so that everybody gets a taste of pineapple. I see some cooks, they put everything right in the center. And I just want to spread it out so bad I can't stand it. I'm thinking, let me spread that out for you. See that little person over here in this corner, he didn't have any pineapple. This is a very moist cake, y'all. Very, very, very moist. And so here's what I'm doing. Now let me explain this. I used 2 recipes. I made the cake with the big any flavor cake. But this part right here is another cake. And it is in my first cookbook. This part I'm doing right now. All right, we're gonna let that cool a minute, and while that cools, we're gonna make the icing to go on it, and I'm gonna go get that other book and show you where that is so you'll know. Okay, the icing, all right, I just made the big any flavor cake. That's all I did out of that last cookbook. All right, then I went to my first cookbook because I wanted it to be pineapple. And so I went to this page right here, and where you've got the pineapple cake. And in this pineapple cake, you take the can of pineapple and pour it all over the top of the cake. Now, if I were doing a strawberry cake, I might get some strawberry pie filling and put all in it and punch holes. I don't know. I hadn't done that. I just make up stuff as I go along. So on this cake, you do put the pineapple on it. It is in your first cookbook, and it is on page 42. 42, okay? And so with this cake, we're going to make the icing with this cake recipe. All right, we've got the pineapple on it, and now we're going to make the icing. And to do that, we're going to need 2 blocks of the cream cheese. So I've got 2 blocks, and I had it sitting over here on top of this stove so it would get really soft. That's what I did. I'm looking around for all my utensils. I cleaned up the kitchen a while ago while the cake was cooking. I called my Andre and see how she was doing. She's the one that does that East Coast trip for children that are, I don't know if they're fixed to go into 7th or they just finished 7th. I can't remember. That's the one that Banks and I went on and had the best time. We went up the East Coast and all the way to Canada on chartered buses. Had a great time. If you're cooking a cake or something and you've got to have soft cream cheese, just take the cardboard box off of it and sit this on top of your oven, and it'll get really soft. Y'all saw how soft it was. Okay, got that. My grandmother used to just eat this stuff. Literally, she'd get her a knife and a cracker and just eat it right like this. And I don't blame her. It's good. I like it on celery. Okay, got that. Now, the next thing we're going to need is, let me see here. We're going to need some milk. Let me get the milk out. All right, y'all, we're going to make our icing. We're going to take these 2 cream cheeses right here. And I'm going to mix them up with 1 cup of granulated sugar. And 1/4 cup of whole milk. All right, and now the last ingredient, and you could do this icing on any cake you wanted to do. It could be on chocolate cake or whatever. And we have got some whipped topping right here, and we are going to. You're supposed to just buy an 8-ounce package and put half the 8-ounce package in here, and the other half on top later. And I got the 16, so I'm going to take 1/4 of this. I messed up, y'all. I bought the wrong size. I had a grocery list, but in the grocery list, all I said was whipped topping. I didn't say what size to do. All right, that's it. So here is the icing. Cream cheese, milk, sugar, and whipped topping. And we're not going to put it on the cake until the cake cools. And then after we put this on all over the cake, we're going to put a little bit of just plain whipped topping over it. And we'll be done. So I'll be back when I do that. I know y'all are tired of watching this. This is the last step, darling. We're almost through. Here's our icing. It's room temperature. It's still soft. So just put you some dollops here and there on it, because you don't want to mess up your pineapple. I had to turn the fan on over there to cool this so I could hurry up and get through. I'm ready to quit, y'all. I've cooked all afternoon and I'm tired. I'm going to sit down and drink me some water, watch the Andy Griffith Show or whatever's on. Stick my feet up on my old coffee table. This icing right here, though, will be great on a chocolate cake, on any kind of cake you've got. I'm telling you. It is some good icing. It's real soft and just a little light. Feel like you're eating a cloud. It's real good. You'll like it a lot. So anytime it's good on cupcakes. You could mix any flavor in there that you wanted to make. It's just a good basic cake. Icing. A good basic one. You could mix pineapple juice in it instead of milk. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do with it. Just get creative. Take the back of your spoon and go back and forth like that so you won't be pulling up the, like I'm just showing you. You won't be pulling up the pineapple. Be careful not to pull up the pineapple. And this has to be refrigerated. Now for Thanksgiving this year, I want y'all to all make the orange slice cake because that does not have to be refrigerated and it is delicious. It's in your first cookbook. I want y'all all to make it. Now listen. You know how at Thanksgiving your refrigerator is so full you can't get another thing in it, not one more thing? Well, go through my recipe books and find the things that don't need to be refrigerated. And make some of them. Alright, make sure you go all the way to the edge. See what a big cake this makes? And you can make any flavor, honey, that you want to make, I'm telling you. Any flavor at all. Alright, now that icing is everywhere. Now what you do is, you were supposed to buy that 8-ounce thing of your whipped topping. And I didn't. I bought the one that was too big, so that's alright. I'm going to put a little bit, see this is softer, and it's going to smear on there real good. Put you some toothpicks in it, kind of stand it up, so when you put your plastic wrap over it, it won't mess up the top of it. Okay, let's see how if that's enough. You just want it real light on the top. You don't want it too heavy. That's why they say just to buy the 8 ounce instead of that big 16 ounce that I just bought. I got to talking to some people in the grocery store, and you know how that goes. We see somebody in the grocery store, we got to talk a while, don't we? See how they're doing and what's going on in the world, and love on them a little bit, give them a hug. Some of them you probably hadn't seen in years, but you see them at the grocery store. All right, there it is. You don't want too much of that on the top because you got that icing under it, okay? Okay, there she is. Now, what I did is I went over there and cleaned me out of, gosh, that thing is heavy, y'all. I cleaned me out of a shelf in my refrigerator so I can put it on it, and I'm fixed to cover it up and put it in there. All right, this is the Big Anything cake. I mean, the Big Any Flavor cake is what the cake is. And that's in the last cookbook, and I told you the page. And then the icing and that pineapple over it is from the first cookbook. But I wanted to make a big cake because I got a big crowd. And that's the reason I didn't make the other one. Y'all take care. This is a good cake. It's going to be real moist. With all that juice from that pineapple and everything, it's going to be so good, y'all. Try it. You'll love it. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye-bye.